India versus Australia. The test matches are over now. India make it in. It was a useless draw. That's what I've been hearing from people all across. New Zealand versus Sri Lanka. New Zealand made sure India plays Australia in the WTC finals at the Lords. Bangladesh had a whitewash against the champions, England. They defeated them. My. Look at that game. The WPL matches, the top two teams, Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians. This has been one of the best WIPLs that I have witnessed ever since it has started. And my God, they have delivered what they promised. Friends, you're listening to Masala Radio, 98.7 FM. You're tuned into Fulltoss, the voice of cricket in America. My name is RJ Amit. And joining me live from Dayton, New Jersey, my friend, my co-host, my mentor, Amarnath. Amarnath, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much, Amit. It's always a pleasure being here.
Also in the studio, back from his crusade, celebrating 10 years. Travel guys, Mr. Hamid Lakhani. Hamid, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you for acknowledging my 10 years of hard work. Thank you to you.
Absolutely.
And to Sunil and to everybody here at Music Masala. They really do a lot for us.
Gentlemen, it is our great pleasure, and I want our listeners, both of you, to put your hands together for a very, very unique talent that we have in the studio. I am so happy that they have taken time out of their busy schedules. They just played a 40-over match and coming straight from the stadium. Two fine young ladies representing Houston and the youth leagues. Let's go ahead and welcome Tia and Rhea. Ladies, welcome.
Hi.
Don't worry, we'll get them talking soon.
We'll get them talking soon.
Rhea and Tia, first of all, welcome to our show. Welcome to our studios.
Hi, thank you for letting me be here.
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to have a lot of fun here, okay? Both of you play cricket. You understand cricket well. So what I'm going to ask you to do now, you can participate in the discussions we're having right now in the studio, right? You can feel free to chime in anytime. And then I'm going to bring you in periodically for discussion. So we'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. Hamid, Amarnath, we'll all talk to you. Good deal?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll
So
start off.
we'll get enlightened today what seniors are doing.
indeed.
From the most youngest players.
Absolutely right.
Which we haven't seen. Maybe they might have seen something.
So, folks, this is going to be a jam-packed show. We have a unique lineup today. We have so many things to talk about. In 1 hour is literally not
It's
enough.
going to be entourage today.
So, I'm going to start all of you off with a rapid fire now. Let me start with you, Amarnath, and I'm going to go to Hamid Lakhani and back and forth. Amarnath, India versus Australia, the test matches that have ended in Ahmedabad. It was a batting paradise. No one was spared. By the way, this was the first time, I'm sure it was the first time we had first 5 wickets, 50 and over partnership.
I think it was to be expected to get a batting paradise, given the fact, by the law of averages, the first 3 tests ended in 3 days. So a match going to 5th day had to be something very, very different. But hey, if we have to beat Australia, enter the World Test Championships, win the series, I will take it, being partisan as usual.
Hamid Lakhani, New Zealand versus Sri Lanka. What a close match that was. Last ball.
That was crazy. That's where we entered the final.
Yes.
Because Sri Lanka lost. Otherwise, if Sri Lanka would have even drawn, we would have not gone to the final.
That's correct.
So New Zealand, thank you so much. Beating England in the last test and now beating Sri Lanka in the last test. And some amazing games are going on, I'm telling you, man. Amazing games are going on.
Speaking of that, Amarnath, Bangladesh and England. What a whitewash that really was.
What a whitewash. Today was whitewash. Complete whitewash.
People forget that Bangladesh gave India a good run when India went and played in white ball cricket in Dhaka just some time ago. Bangladesh are no pushovers. So I'm very happy. Bangladesh has shown that they can beat India, they can beat England. Anybody who comes there, better watch out.
See, just like how Sri Lanka got recognized, now Bangladesh will get recognized now.
Indeed.
And mind my words, they will get invited now everywhere.
Now, this only happened twice before, where England have been, they have dealt a whitewash kind of a situation, right? This happened in 2014 and 2016, and now repeated in 2023.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
3-0.
Yes. Speaking of, whitewashes and super performances, folks, let me tell you something. This year's WIPL is nothing short of praises. You talk about performances, you talk about attitude, you talk about umpiring, you talk about crowd turnout. Everything is at a larger scale.
And the best thing, what they did, this is what I think personally, the best thing they did, they did not keep any home games. They only kept it at Brabant and at DY Patil. So the travelling time got reduced. So I think that has also made a big difference.
We're going to talk about WPL in the second half. I've got an expert in the studio, and that is Mithali Choudhary. She is here in the studio, and that's her column today. So we'll be talking about it after the break.
Good.
And so we can talk more about it. But in the studio now, I have Tia Choudhary and Rhea Nadkarni. So, ladies, before you introduce yourself, I said the same thing to the two fine young men. They were here in the studio last week, right? Ishan and Pranav. What I want you to do first, I want you to give a shout out to your parents, shout out to introduce your coaches, and then introduce yourself. So let me start with you, Tia, first. Come closer to the mic, beta.
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom and my dad for taking me to all the games.
And what are their names? Take their names.
Mithali Das and Subrato Choudhary.
Excellent.
And I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Sushil and all the other coaches that have trained me to come this far.
And Tia, how old are you?
14.
Look at that.
You didn't ask the main question.
Just played 40 overs.
You didn't ask the main question.
Go for it. Oh, I was coming there.
Okay,
right now.
okay.
I was coming there. A 14-year-old. Okay.
14-year-old.
Now let's go to Rhea. Introduce your parents, take their names, your coaches, and then introduce yourself.
My parents' names are Pranoti Nadkarni and Sushil Nadkarni. And I'd like to give a shout out to my mom for taking me to all my practices and games, and my dad for helping me to be introduced to cricket.
Go on.
Yes.
Nice.
And to my coaches, also my dad, and all my other coaches that have helped me get to this point.
I'm going to put this on hold for a second. All right. So, by the way, just to remind our listeners, Rhea is the daughter of Mr. Sushil Nadkarni,
Yes.
former captain of the United States.
United States, yeah.
Let me tell you something, Rhea. Yes,
Really?
yes,
Great.
absolutely. Let me tell you something. You beat your dad in making a radio debut.
Yeah, you can say that.
And I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. Let me take a caller on air. Masala Radio, you're live on air. Your name and where you're calling from.
Well, this is Yogesh from Elif.
Hi, Yogesh Bhai. What a pleasant surprise. Good evening to you.
Good evening, guys.
I have superstars in the studio, Yogesh Bhai.
And another thing, you guys are talking about Tia and Rhea. I have seen them both playing very, very early ages. And, if you see Rhea bowling, she's one of the faster bowler and a lot of boys bowls, fast bowling.
My God.
No, you say earlier. Now, how early now? She's only 14 right now. How early?
I have seen
I'm
both
12.
of them
From 7 or 8?
At least last 2-3 years.
Wow.
When they started.
Wow.
She needs to
Yes.
be her age.
And you can ask them both, they knows me very well.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Yogesh Bhai.
Thank you, sir.
No, I think they have really, really great future, and I think what they have started with the girls' cricket here with Malay and everybody, them.
Yes.
And these people are and giving it a lot of opportunities, and I think a lot of girls are coming, and you already know about Pooja Shah being part of the under-19 US team, so. And this girl's going to be there in another couple of years, so.
Then we can say we sat with them.
Exactly.
I can say that.
Yogesh Bhai, keep calling because we
Thank
have
you.
more discussions going on.
Thank you. Sure.
So yeah, as I was saying, you beat your dad in making a radio debut back in 2003 or 4, Amarnath, remember? Sushil was supposed to be on our show, but due to some logistical reasons, that didn't happen. So you beat him to it now,
Wow,
making
nice.
your radio debut, by the way.
Yeah.
So good to have you. Speaking of, let me start with you, Rhea, then I'm going to go to Tia. Both of you, you're also a pace bowler.
Yes, I'm a pace bowler.
And how did you, this was something that you just wanted to do, or you realized as you were playing that you're a pace bowler? How did it all start?
Well, when I was much younger, I was...
ये 14 साल के हैं, much younger. Much younger. ये कितने की है? How old are you?
I'm 12.
You're
Oh my God.
धन्यवाद.
So you were much younger. Okay, enlighten us, please.
Please.
I just started bowling on my driveway to my brother. So I always practiced bowling and fielding, but I never practiced batting fully until I was like 10.
Okay.
But
my God.
But then after I started bowling, I realized that I was good at it and I could continue to bowl. And then my batting started picking up like later 2022. So then I became a full bowler.
Have you broken any jaws?
No, but
Have you broken any bones? Not yours, but somebody else's.
I've broken someone's eye.
Oh my God.
goodness.
So, okay, so what's your speed? At what speed do you bowl though?
In the nets, like a few months ago, I clocked 97 Ks.
Wow.
97 K.
97 Ks.
Wow.
12 साल की है.
Wow. And in the game,
I don't know.
you haven't clocked. Okay, next time we'll come with the gun.
And you know what? I was told, thanks to Mithali, she shared some information about both of you. Your favorite cricketer is Meg Lanning.
Yeah,
Wow.
Meg Lanning.
Right?
Nice, very nice.
And her favorite bowler is Mitchell Stark.
Mitchell Stark.
Yeah,
Nice.
Stark. Right?
Very nice.
And you like Surya Kumar's batting.
Yes.
You've got quite some role models, seriously.
Class some role model.
All right,
Those
let's
are
go over to Tia Choudhary now. Tia, come closer to the mic, beta.
good. Tia is 14.
She's
Now we
14
know.
years old,
Okay,
right?
so let's
She's
see her
14 years
speed.
old. What club do you play for? What league do you play for?
I play for EYC,
What is that? What is EYC?
Energy Youth Cricket,
Wow. And this is Houston based or Texas based?
Houston.
Houston. And you're also a pace bowler.
Yeah.
How did it all start?
Well, I was watching cricket with my mom and dad, and I just saw that the bowlers were bowling really fast, and I really wanted to play with them.
Wow. And what's your fastest delivery that has been clocked?
Like 75. Or
My
something.
God.
75.
My
Whoa.
God.
Whoa.
You must have, both of you have, looking at both of you, you are skinny, but you should have a big appetite, right? I mean, you're fast bowlers, you're running in fast, bowling overs after overs. So how was today's matches?
Unsuccessfully, my team lost.
That's
but
okay. You win,
That's
you
okay.
lose some.
You win some, you lose some.
I bowled. I'm a bowler all-rounder, and today I had to keep because we didn't really have a keeper.
That's a
so
true all-rounder.
That's a true all-rounder.
So, Mr. Amarnath, who is in Dayton, New Jersey, Amarnath both of us have been involved with domestic cricket. He has seen it even closely since I left New Jersey and New York, Amarnath. We have had many young cricketers back in New York, New Jersey. What do you have to say to these two talented young?
Okay, keep following your passion, enjoy what you do, and keep learning. As a small tip, have a small notebook on your either laptop or on your phone. What is it that take away one tip for each week? Try to note down. That will help you.
That's a
Either
fantastic
with
tip,
respect
by the way.
to footwork, delivery, or seeing somebody else perform. Have one tip or one story for yourself every week. You won't believe over the years how when you revisit, you'll learn a lot from that.
Excellent.
Yep, excellent.
True words spoken. So yeah, Tia and Rhea, I'm so excited that both of you are in the studio today, and so are our listeners, by the way. We had announced it last week that both of you will be coming today. And so, don't be surprised if you have some listeners talking to you also, okay? And so stay tuned. Yeah, go ahead, Hamid.
And I'm sitting in the studio and I'm looking at both these girls. If they've listened correctly to Amarnath, I'm telling you, after 20 years, they will make this statement somewhere.
I know.
I'm telling you, if they listen what Amarnath said, you make a note. After 20 years, when they do become celebrity, which we can see, 14 and 12-year-old
Yeah.
going as a pace. If you remember this after 20 years, they will remember Amarnath. They will.
Absolutely.
Great tip, Amarnath. Great tip.
I do have to take a short drinks break, folks. When I do come back on the other side, we have plenty of updates about the WPL matches. We have This Day in Cricket segment coming up. We'll continue talking to Rhea and Tia. But stay tuned, and I'll keep the phone lines open. Hamid Lakhani,
Yeah, you
281-277 281-277-6874, or you can text us in the studio 713-568-0987. You're listening to Full Toss, the voice of cricket in America, with Amit, Amarnath, and Hamid Lakhani. We'll be right back.
Masala Radio.
Friends, thank you for tuning into Masala Radio 98.7 FM. You're listening to Full Toss, the voice of cricket in America. My name is RJ Amit with Hamid Lakhani and Amarnath. And Amarnath, Hamid Lakhani, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a call on air. Masala Radio, you're live on air. Your name and where are you calling from? Masala Radio, you're live on air.
Hello,
Yes. Hello, what's your name?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name? You're live on air.
Hi, my name is Jignesh.
Hi, Jignesh. Thanks for calling.
I want to talk a little bit, if it's okay. I know you got two amazing talent in the show, in the studio, but I want to talk a little bit about the Women's Premier League WPL.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead.
I just wanted to share a little bit of disappointment about the Indian contingent there. Other than Harmanpreet Kaur, I haven't seen any player really shine in the last, 4 games each that each team has played. As you guys know, Mandana has been a no-show. So is the case with Shekhar Verma. Has scored 1 or 2 good innings, but not a whole lot. Bowlers have been totally missing in action. I know this first year was probably more of a dry run, if you will, but I'm a little bit disappointed with the Indian contingent's performance so far, except Harmanpreet Kaur. I'd like your opinion or your thoughts about
Absolutely. Jignesh, in fact, as a matter of fact, my next guest in the studio, Mithali Choudhary, that's exactly what she's going to do. So stay tuned. Give us a call after what you listen to. Listen to her, what she's saying, and then give us a call back. We'll take you back on air. Thank you, Jignesh. All right, folks, it is time for me to get Mithali on air now. So, Jignesh, thank you for prompting that, because that's exactly why Mithali is here today. Mithali, you heard Jignesh's point of view. You heard me talk about it earlier about how the matches have been going on. I want to hear from you now, straight.
So again, good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me on the Full Toss. You guys are doing a terrific job.
Thank you.
Listen to y'all all
Thank
the
you.
time. On the WPL 2023, which is the first year, I kind of agree with Mr. Jignesh and his point out there. But as far as bowl is concerned, I would say right now the most wicket taker is an Indian girl who's totally, absolutely new, not in the international list at all. And that is Ishaq, right?
Yeah,
Saika Ishaq, and she's from Bengal. And right now she's on the top of the list.
I
with
saw her bowl
12
today.
12,
Yeah,
yeah, 12 wickets.
she's
She bowled today.
terrific. So 12 wickets. Right now she's on the top of the list. Yes, when we look at the batters, Shefali may have played 2 innings, right? And that's how I've been watching her. She plays 2 innings, then she's gone, then she comes back. We need more performances, definitely. Of course, everyone is missing Mandhana, right?
Harleen Deol. I wanted to talk about Harleen Deol.
Yeah, she had a good innings.
Yes, batting is there, but what I'm really impressed is with her fielding. My God,
Terrific.
right?
Yep.
And Amarnath, Hamid Lakhani, feel free to chime in.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Amarnath.
Go ahead, Amarnath.
Okay. What I noticed was, on an average, the Indian fielding was below that of, say, an Australian or an English set of fielders.
That's exactly what
That's
Jignesh
one
was trying to
place-
say, I believe.
That's one place I think the Indian fielders have to improve quick and improve better.
Hamid?
See, I what I feel about the Indian player, I think there is a pressure to perform. So I think it's the first league level where they're getting so much of coverage day in, day out. So I'm going to give them a benefit of doubt to catch up. That's what I got to say. But if you see the game, the way it has been played, thorough professional games, and you're going to always find some shortcomings always.
Correct.
But again, it's the first mega league cricket, so it's going to take for them to adapt and start showing up every day.
So Mithali, let me go ahead, Amarnath. Actually, Amarnath has hold on 1 second. Amarnath, go ahead.
Yes, apart from all this batting, fielding, and level, they have put out a very entertaining product, and that is the most important thing. Kudos to the organizers. They have put out a very entertaining product. There can be no better testimony. I'm lucky to have my 87-year-old mother-in-law with me. Every day she glued to the TV. She makes sure that we all are watching that game. She finds it extremely entertaining. 3 hours. She really enjoys herself.
Mithali, let me bring you back into the discussions now, right? I mean, the bottom 2 teams now. You're talking about RCB and Gujarat Lions.
Gujarat Giants. Yeah.
Gujarat Giants today also, what we saw, they restricted Mumbai to a respectable total, but they were not able to capitalize on the opportunity. What is your take on both Gujarat and Bangalore?
So I'll start with RCB. Obviously, I think everyone is disappointed, right?
Paper
RCB,
Tigers,
there was a lot.
I call them paper tigers.
Correct. Lot of expectations with a lot of star players. You got Smriti Mandhana. I mean, it's not just because she's Indian. It's just that she is a star, international star, right? Then you got the Elise Perrys. You got
Sophie Devon.
Heather Knight, Sophie Devon. How many captains do you have in one team, right? So sometimes too many stars, too many cooks, maybe spoiling the broth, right? So that's what I think may be happening out there. And Gujarat Giants is the reverse,
now,
right? No leadership.
Let me now ask you reversal now. Look at the way Delhi is playing. Look at the way Mumbai is playing. Fantastic cricket.
Yeah, but then there you go. Delhi Capitals, biggest asset. They've got Meg Lanning out there, right?
Lanning. So biggest asset.
Biggest asset. I mean, what a captain. She has gone, as we said in the last interview when we had our last show we said she's crossed the guys, right? On all the World Cups she's got.
The men's RCB jinx has carried on to the women's.
What I was saying, right?
Mandhana, all these stars,
T-shirt number 18.
T-shirt number 18.
Masala Radio, you're live on air.
Jinx.
Your name and where you're calling from.
Again, I just wanted to say one thing about.
Yes, Yogesh bhai.
I think you have to understand that they lost the biggest player and biggest leader, Mooney, on the very third ball of the tournament.
Yeah. Gujarat Giants.
And that kind of like put them on the back seat right away. Like it's like, when say like somebody like they lose Lanning on the first game, and then all of a sudden everybody's kind of like looking forward what we are supposed to do now.
But the other performance, they had
last week I mentioned.
Sophie Dunkley performed it so well. She performed so well, then they drop her off, they bring in Laura. So I think some decisions have not really gone.
Yeah, no, it is going to happen. This is like Amit said, that in the initial season there's going to be a lot of ups and downs.
Shortcomings,
coaches and players and everybody kind of like adjusting to each other a lot. I think like Delhi and Bombay is doing fantastic job right now because.
Excellent. Thank you, Yogesh bhai.
Yeah.
And just to wrap up our conversation, then I'll go to the next segment, Mithali. The remaining matches that we have now, what are the chances of the bottom 2 teams now coming up?
So RCB, I was reading about that, and RCB has lost 5. They've got 3 left. So the only way they can have, they say that there is a chance there. Even the net run rate is not a question. Their net run rate is a little better than the others, but they don't have any points. So if they can win all 3, right, and Mumbai and Delhi keep their winnings, right? I mean, I guess Mumbai will have to lose one.
So virtually they're out.
Virtually they're out, but there is a chance that they can still be there. UP and Gujarat obviously have to lose their stuff. But for me, it's pretty much Mumbai, Delhi, and UP Warriors.
UP Warriors, yeah.
Masala Radio, you're live on air. Your name and where are you calling from?
Is this RJ Amit?
This is he.
Yes, good evening. This is Ajit Daniel calling from Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis. Hi, Ajit. Good evening.
Hi, Ajit. How are you? Good evening.
Very well. Thank you, gentlemen. So a very interesting conversation going on so many different facets of cricket. in India.
Yes, it's a busy cricket
And,
season, right?
And I totally concur with what Mithali said about Ishaq. She is a real gem of a find. I think she should find a place on the Indian team.
Absolutely. What a gem.
What a gem! And I was hoping, being a Delhiwala myself, I was hoping that she would be playing with the Capitals, but she is not.
Mumbai has found a gem, just like how they have found Mr. Bumrah.
Yeah, excellent.
Right?
Bumrah.
Yes.
Ajit, as I said, I've been repeating myself. These are initial seasons of the WPL, but what this season has promised, and it is giving us glimpses of what to come in the future. It's laying a foundation. It's inspiring many more women cricketer to come in. Look, in our studio, we have two young women sitting here, 12-year-old and a 14-year-old. They just played a 40-over match and just came here.
Four
Very well
continuous
done.
days. 4 continuous days.
Ajit
of
bhai,
40
I'm sorry.
overs.
Sorry, what were you saying? I'm sorry, Ajit bhai.
I said, Rhea and Tia, congratulations to the young kids. They are the hope of tomorrow.
Very well said.
Well done.
Very well said. Ajit bhai, thank you so much
Thank
for calling
you
in.
for calling, Ajit bhai.
Okay, bye.
All right, and that was our. Before I just had one quick thing for you, and then I have to move on to this day in cricket. But before I do that, Mithali, Delhi and Bombay, they're evenly posed. Yes, Delhi has lost matches. I do see a slight edge. And by the way, a big shout out to Jamima Rodriguez.
Oh,
What an
yeah.
entertaining player she is.
Oh yeah, she is like
a
a
cracker,
whole
man.
chota packet.
Chota packet, bada
Bada
dhamaka.
dhamaka. That's what one of Tia's favorite players, Jemmy, and अपनी मुंबई की छोकरी है वो.
मुंबई की छोकरी है भाई.
What I like about both the teams that the reason why I brought them up is their aggressive nature.
Absolutely.
Look how Mumbai approached the game today. Look how Delhi has been playing. So superb matches, right?
And Delhi brought somebody, gave a good opportunity to somebody who was totally off the list of India, which is Shikha Pandey.
Shikha Pandey.
So as I said, जितनी धुआंधार बल्लेबाजी हम देख रहे हैं, जितनी धमाकेदार गेंदबाजी हम देख रहे हैं, वैसी एक हमारे धमाकेदार स्पॉन्सर है टाटा रासा. And if you haven't heard of them, those of you who are driving home right now, I get a lot of callers calling me in कि आज लेट हो गया, आज खाने में क्या बनाएंगे? Just like T20 cricket, Tata Rasa has brought to you now their instant masalas, their curry. You can literally just pour in water, put the vegetables or proteins, and guess what? Your meal is ready. You don't need to be a fantastic chef to make something like that. And Tata Rasa has made it available now. Grocery stores all across the United States. I do want to thank Tata Rasa for sponsoring this part of the segment. And it is time for me to get into this day in cricket. Are you ready, folks?
You bet we are.
So am I.
So are you. So okay. So let me.
This is an enlightenment section.
Let me start you off. Amarnath, ready?
Absolutely.
March 14th, 2001. One of the greatest turnaround in Test cricket.
In March 14th, 2001, where else but Eden Gardens?
There we go. You cannot forget that innings by.
P.S. Lakshman and Dravid, the
Dravid.
magical partnership.
I'm going to take you now to March 14th, 1981.
1981. It'll depend on the country. Okay, go ahead.
So the venue is Bridgetown.
England and West Indies. Who can forget Holding's
That's what I was going to talk about.
6 balls. The boycott was hopping on left foot, right foot, every which way. And finally, his stump got knocked out and went cartwheeling for 20 yards.
I think some cliches come out of that matches too on Jeffrey Boycott. I've heard that for years.
Oh, yes. Jeffrey Boycott blamed the pitch. What else?
Yes, that's the one.
Boycott said, what am I doing here? Who invited me?
March 14th, 1996, an extraordinary World Cup final. Mohali was the venue.
No, World Cup final or semi-final?
Sorry, semi-final.
Semi-final.
Oh my
Arre
God,
baap re,
he
ye bhi
knew
bata-
already.
He knew already.
Semi-final. Mohali has to be semi-final.
The final was in Lahore.
Lahore.
The final was in Lahore.
This was Mohali.
Mohali was West Indies and Australia, which
That's right.
Australia stole by 5 runs.
Yes, that's the match.
That's the match.
That's the match. All right, I think I've got a birthday, maybe. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. March 14th, 1963.
1963.
Now
So
this-
you have played in the 80s, 90s.
This is an Australian left armour. Yeah, it's a
Australian
birthday.
left
It's a
arm.
birthday today, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, there are not too many left-armers in those days. You had Merv Hughes and McDermott and Reed.
Bruce Reed.
Bruce Reed.
That's what I was talking about.
Those are the fast-bowling contingent
Yeah,
at
that's
that time.
Bruce Reed. All right, let me
He's
start.
the cousin of a Kiwi captain called John Reed.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yes, I followed John Reed when he came to India.
Okay. Another birthday coming up, March 14th, 1938.
Wow, 19.
1938. Okay,
Australian, another Aussie, a spinner.
okay.
And he
38
was-
means you'd have played in the 60s
Yes.
or so.
Yes.
Okay, a
And
spinner.
he was also a mystery spinner, by the way.
Oh, that's easy. John Gleason.
Unbelievable. This is ridiculous, man. Seriously.
No, he opened, he had his debut against India in 67, 68.
That was our This Day in Cricket segment. Masala Radio, you're live on air. Your name and where you calling from?
Moment of mystery.
Yeah. Game show, Siraj bhai.
फर्स्ट क्लास क्या नाम है याली मदद बतानी भाई
याली मदद सिराज, याली मदद.
Go ahead, Siraj bhai.
मिस्टर छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है मिस्टर
Amarnath.
अमरनाथ के लिए देयर वाज अ निकनेम गिवन टू बैट्समैन कर्नल like colonel
Colonel. Nickname
Oh,
Colonel.
Vengsarkar.
Dilip Vengsarkar.
right
भाई ये क्या था यार? आज हमेशा यॉर्कर डालते हो, आज ये क्या डाल दी?
आज मेरे पास
क्यों भाई, मैं I should get a full toss.
मतलब ही पहले ही डिफेंस, पहले सेफ्टी नेट बना लिया गया. एकदम छोटा सा सवाल है.
Thank you, Siraj bhai.
I know
Thank you.
Dilip Vengsarkar.
All right, friends, it is time for me to take
You
a
know
short
why he
drinks
was
break.
called Colonel? He hit sixes like Colonel C.K. Naidu.
That's
Colonel
right.
C.K. Naidu, yeah.
I know this is a high octane show. I've got to go take a drinks break. When I do come back, I still have to talk to Tia and Rhea. So I'm going to ask Tia to come back to her original seat. But hang on there. We'll be right back after these short messages from our sponsors. I cannot believe, absolutely cannot believe we had 2 sessions completed and it didn't feel like we were almost on air for more than 40 minutes already. This is our last session for the day and I am so happy and so excited that we've got some fine young women here in the studio and I appreciate them coming in after hard days of work. 40 overs matches they have just played. One is an 8th grader, one is a 6th grader. This is mind-blowing. Amarnath, Hamid Lakhani, welcome back to the...
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And also
Thank
to
you
you,
once
Mitali.
again.
You are also our co-host now. Yes. So you're none different.
Thank you so much.
So let me quickly go to Rhea and Tia, or as Mitali said, Tria. I like that. So tell our listeners, Rhea and Tia, about upcoming tournaments. I really want people who are listening to this broadcast right now. I have seen it. I want them to see you, the way you play, the professionalism, the passion, the fierceness. It's absolutely mind blowing. So let me start with you, Rhea, first, and if you can tell us about your upcoming tournaments. And by the way, I was just told during the break that one of your team also plays with the boys. You play against them or you with them? What's the deal?
So that you're talking about is probably ACL.
What is ACL? Can you...
American Cricket League.
Okay.
Where different teams from Houston and other players coming in, they come in and they play against each other in a small tournament. And we have a girls team there whose name is the Houston Heroes. We play almost every Saturday and Sunday. 30 over matches, I think.
That's good.
Wow.
Yep. So every Sunday, pretty much, and sometimes they have it on the Saturdays when they get the ground, they can play then. And that's what Rhea's talking about. So we have the Houston Heroes team in there, and they're all girls. And they are from the age of 9
So
to
when
14.
is the next match? Where can people come and watch them play?
So since the upcoming weekend, we have the Houston Youth Premier League Junior, and it is spring break. A lot of kids have gone out. So it's going to be the next one. So 19 plus 7, which is 26th of March again. We should
And
have
what time do you all start?
Depending on like the day. If it's a morning match, then usually like 8:30.
Correct.
And then we end at 3 or 4. And then if it's an afternoon match at 2:30, we usually end at like 6 or 7.
And that's that's a 6th grader, a 12-year-old. That's Rhea Nadkarni. Let me go to a 8th grader now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
14-year-old, Tia Choudhary. Tia, what are some of your upcoming events?
One of our upcoming games is Houston
That's okay. You're doing good.
NWCL.
NWCL,
What is NWCL?
National Women's Cricket League.
Wow.
Wow. So do you also play? Is there a cutoff for age category? Are they considered as
So in NWC, it's like an open tournament. It's a private tournament.
Okay.
So there, you can have, but they always talk about safety hazards. So the kid has to have some matches under the belt. You just can't just start playing. You're like a 9-year-old and coming in and wanting to play hardball.
So
But
they play with the season ball.
they play with the
So
season.
you have
ball.
your gear, you have your pads, your helmets, you have the whole 9 yards.
Whole 9 yards. They have the whole kit. They have to carry that kit all the way from the parking lot to the ground by themselves. No parents gonna pick that up for them.
So proud of both of you. Okay, why don't you give shout outs to your friend? Let me start with you, Tia. You want to give a shout out to your friends?
Yes.
This is the time to do it.
I'll give a shout out to all the Houston Heroes and Tia Gonzalez and Pooja Shah.
Lovely.
Nice. Very
Lovely.
nice.
How about you, Rhea?
I'll give a shout out to the Houston Hawks, our MLC team, and the Houston Heroes.
So they play for a youth team, but that is a national level team. It's called, just like you have minor league baseball and major league baseball.
Right.
US has the same format now for the cricket. So it's called the Major League Cricket, but they made a youth part of it. So Major League Cricket Junior. That's where Tia and Rhea, they play the national level.
The age categories are U13, U15, and U17.
Wow.
And they used to play for U11.
All right. Could you do me a promise? Could you make a promise to three of us, myself, Hamid Lakhani, and Amarnath, that you will continue to come here in the studio, inform our listeners about your progress, about your matches, talk about them, and let us know how you're doing. We would love to talk about you guys on our show, and whatever we can do, three of us, to promote your matches, promote your leagues, promote your talent. We're here to do so. I wish both of you ton of success. I wish to see both of you represent United States soon, but even sooner, I want to see them play WPL.
Oh, absolutely.
You bet.
Inshallah.
Really. I do want to see play. All right, so hang in with us, stay with us. You can join in the conversations I'm having. So let me next go to Hamid Lakhani. Hamid Lakhani, the ODIs are starting now, India versus Australia. And it is, right after that, the IPL will start. And then you got the WTC coming up, the final.
Then West Indies.
Right, West Indies, right. Your predictions for the ODIs, and do you expect any changes?
The ODI, Warner is coming back.
David Warner, he's coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back for the ODI, and Cummins is not coming back because his mom passed away. So our Mr. Steven Smith will captain the ODIs, and Kohli's in form. Kohli's back, so you can get some good fireworks, and it should be a good cracker. First game is Friday 3 a.m. Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. So it's going to be a good game to prepare for our World Cup.
Excellent. All right, folks, it is time for me to bring in Amarnath, and this segment is called Fulltoss Spotlight. And in lieu of what we're talking about, WIPL and T20 matches, there's one player that comes to my mind instantly who had one of the greatest impact. Imagine if he were to be still playing in today's day and age, the havoc he could have wreaked. And our today's spotlight is on Mr. Sandeep Patil.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sure the girls or the women from my age group would go gaga over that.
Gaga, Patla.
Exactly. Those of you remember the movie
That
83.
whole goatee of his, the French beard.
And you know who played Sandeep's role?
His own son.
Chirag.
To do the honors, let me get Amarnath. Amarnath, the mic is all yours.
Enlighten us,
Thank you
please.
very much, Amit. I'm glad that Patil still has a fan following. So, in honor of that, I composed a small limerick in his honor. Patil, Patil, burning bright, be it on the ground, day or night. Strong shoulders and eagle eyes send the ball to the skies.
Unbelievable. But he had an aura, huh? I'm telling you, man. I've met the guy. He had an aura.
Okay. So the reason why I composed this small poem was he had a very short stint in Indian cricket from 80 to 84, barely, not even 5 years. But he was such an impact, as you said. He made such an impact. He was like a shooting star, a meteor. So let me quickly give my views of Sandeep Patil. I followed him right from his Rohinton Baria days when he had a great college career, got into the Ranji Trophy.
Rohinton Baria, correct.
Pushed his way into the Indian team in 1980 against Imran Khan's team against Pakistan. In the Eden Gardens, he made a good 60 knock in a drawn match. Didn't do anything, didn't set the Hooghly on fire, but he made everybody understand who he was. Now let me take it to 1981 in India's tour to Australia. In the first test, India was always the back against the wall. He scored a brilliant 65 in the first innings, and he was batting without a helmet when Len Pascoe hit him on the right ear, and he had to retire hurt. And many people thought that was the end of him. Guess what? He came back in the second test with a helmet, and I've never seen this kind of an innings. He scored 174 against Lilly, Pascoe, Hogg, and the best that Australia could throw. And that is one of the most courageous innings. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's how you bounce back. And that's what Sandeep Patil showed to the entire cricketing world. You can hit Australian bowlers in Australia. And he didn't stop there. He got dropped in between, but I remember in 82 when he again picked up, went to Manchester, he scored a brilliant 129. So as a test cricketer, he showed that he had all the strokes going for him. Now, let me take you to the highlight of one of his great highlights of his career was the World Cup in 1983. I followed him very closely in that World Cup. Everybody talks about Kapil Dev or about the all-rounders, but if you want to see consistent contributions, it was from Sandeep Patil. And I'll give you 4 instances. And I've gone through the scorecards and I watched all the clips. In the first match against West Indies, which was very keen, India were considered pushovers. India put up a good total of 262. Highest score was Yashpal Sharma. But who was second? Second was Sandeep Patil, 36. In that 262, it was a very crucial partnership. Now, let us roll the tape forward. We had a very crucial match around, I think, June 20th against Australia. I remember the dates also, 1983. Yeah. June 9th was West Indies. June 20th was Australia. It was almost like a quarter-final. Means the winner would qualify for the semi-finals. In that low-scoring match of 242, again, Yashpal Sharma was a highest scorer. Who was the second highest scorer? Again, Sandeep Patil. With about 30 he scored. And, we scored only about 240 or so. In that, he was the second highest scorer. Come to the semi-final, and that was such a cracker of a match in 83 World Cup. India was behind the target when Yashpal Sharma and Amarnath were tiring out the bowlers when Sandeep Patil came in. He scored some 51 runs in 32 balls in such an electric fashion. We won with 6 overs to spare, which was unthinkable before he came in. I thought it would be a very low-scoring game. Suddenly he made it such an easy affair. Again, he was the second highest scorer for the third time. Let's come to the final. When we had only 183, a low-scoring game. 38 was scored by Srikanth, Krishnamacharya Srikanth, who was the second highest scorer. Again, Sandeep Patil. He had 27 in that. So, normally those who score, the second top scorer never gets any credit. But people don't realize they contribute. He was one of the biggest contributors to the 83 World Cup. I can never forget. Every time when he came in, I knew he had something special to contribute. And I was so glad that we won the World Cup when he was there throughout. Now, he didn't stop there. After he retired, he tried his hand in movies. I'm sure he broke many hearts being a movie star. But apart from that, he got into coaching. He coached Kenya to their first semi-final in 2003 World Cup.
वो भी हमारे सामने.
Yeah, right, against us.
Against us.
He was a great coach. And people forget. And the National Cricket Academy in Bangalore, he contributed immensely. The BCCI used his cricketing wisdom. He was not just a player or just a good looker. He was also a thinker. He could motivate youngsters. And for that, we all have to celebrate his presence and thank him for his contribution.
Yes.
Last but not the least, the reason why I'm so poetic, he and I share the same birthday.
Oh, yo.
18th of August.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice.
Amarnath,
Now you know why
that
I'm
was a
so
wonderful
excited
tribute.
now.
Wonderful tribute. Wonderful spotlight. Thank you, sir.
I was sure he would bring up the 174 and the semi-final.
Yeah.
Those were the highlights of his career.
For Sandeep Patil, I mean, as we said, Bollywood debut bhi kar diya bande ne, you know.
yeah,
He was so good looking.
Yeah.
And just one more note on the, can I go
Please,
to the
please
girls
continue.
thing? Yeah. So not the girls thing, I would say on the cricket. So another reason why Rhea were here today is because they're part of the first HYPL Junior, which is happening on March 18th
really?
and 19th this weekend. You know, in HYPL, you guys
Yes,
attended
yes,
that.
yes.
And this is the junior version. This is the first time this event is happening. These two got drafted into the
Congratulations.
Texas Skywalkers team. And they're going to be playing 4 T20s back-to-back over the weekend.
My. All right. So both Tia and Rhea, or as they're calling you, Tria here now, wish you all the best. Wish you ton of success. Continue playing this sport. Continue making name for yourself. And make everyone proud. We're already so proud of both of you. You're still very young. You're still soaking things up. And you're going to do wonders as you grow older. And I want to wish, and on behalf of the Fulltoss crew, I want to wish both of you best of luck. Keep coming here. This is your show. I'm extending an offer to both of you. Anytime you want to come here, you're always welcome.
And best of luck.
Best of luck to both of you. Before we sign off, do you want to say anything, Rhea, Tia?
Go ahead.
I just want to thank you for having me here.
Most welcome, beta. It's our pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having us here, and I hope we'll come again.
I hope you will come back again, because by the next time I'm going to see them, Amarnath, these I don't know if we'll get a chance to bring them in the studio. They'll be celebrities. They're already celebrities now.
Already.
All right.
Very good.
Now, Amarnath, as always, thank you for your enthusiasm, your participation, your excitement you bring to this table. It makes it absolutely much more interesting.
It's a privilege to be here.
Hamid Lakhani, congratulations on 10 years
Thank
of
you,
fantastic service to the community.
Thank you.
So proud of you, brother. So proud of you and so proud of Beena. Continue with this journey. Wish you a ton of success.
Thank you.
Happy
for the kind words.
anniversary.
Thank you.
And
you so
Mithali
much.
Das, Mithali Das Choudhary, you have now become an integral part of our show, Fulltoss, the voice of cricket in America. This completes our team now.
My pleasure and my privilege. It's an honor to be here. I just enjoy doing it. That's why every time I come here, I'm like, oh my God, it's 8 p.m. already.
All right, friends, this was the end of Fulltoss, but stay tuned on the other side right after the break. Bollywood Blast, that's my other show that's coming up. And today, I'm going to be playing some newer songs for you today. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that show. And there's a surprise item coming up. I've been given a challenge, Amarnath and Hamid and Mithali, where listeners ask me now, they've challenged me that क्या आप हमेशा sentimental old गाने लगाते हो, इस बार आप कुछ हमारे लिए नया लेकर आओ.
नया
तो
धमाका.
एक कोशिश है जो 9 बजे के बाद मैं करूँगा. Hopefully you will get to listen to it and let me know. But for now, let me say goodbye on the behalf of the Fulltoss crew. We'll be back here next week, Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m. Till then, everybody, stay tuned for more programming right here on Masala Radio 98.7 FM.